10 seconds
All
remaining.
right, I just had a weird pop-up, but I think everything's set to go.
5
We are in
seconds
the
remaining.
semifinals. You're of course watching NizCast. I am Niz.
Dire
This is the
team
Semi-Pro
ban.
Cup Series. Like I said, we're in the semifinals. It's an Easter Sunday SCS, and we've got $100 on the line, which is more than we typically have. Normally it's just about the bragging
Radiant
rights, but now it's
team
about the
ban.
bragging rights and $100, whether that's $20 in everyone's pocket or however the teams are going to be splitting that up. But either way, we've got a little bit more up for grabs tonight than we normally do.
Dire team
But
ban.
we've got, well, a team that we saw last round, which was a pretty stacked roster. They're going to be playing on the Dire side. They're going by the name of Praise the Sun. On the Radiant side, we've got a bunch of names that we've seen here
10
before.
seconds
Of
remaining.
course, we saw Brink with that incredible play on the
5
PA.
seconds remaining.
Was that 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2 weeks ago, where he helmeted the
Reserve
Dominator,
time.
the Centaur Creep, and then stunned the Troll Warlord that had DD that was chasing him. It's crazy. Big play coming up from Brink, but yeah, we've seen Brink. We've seen, we saw Frempo in chat. We've seen, I've been on a team before with 11, so definitely people that we know here on the stream, but they're going to be going by the name of Broodmama. Of course, we've heard that name before in SCS as well. They're going to be playing on the Radiant side. As for the draft,
10
these guys are
seconds
drafting
remaining.
quickly, as we've got Bat, Jug, Lena,
5
and
seconds
Axe all
remaining.
banned out by Praise the Sun, Troll, Lion, Bristleback, and
Reserve
we're waiting for
time.
the fourth ban here coming out from Broodmama. But Broodmama electing to go after their Storm Spirit first. They really like picking that. 11 loves that. But they're going to
Radiant
pair that up
team
with an
pick.
Earthshaker. Sniper and Skywrath Mage were the picks for Praise the Sun. So they're going to have a lot of range. And we're going to see most likely a Sniper against Storm Spirit in the mid lane matchup. Last time we saw that matchup, the Earthshaker was on the other side. He was on the Sniper side, and he did a lot of rotations. We saw it actually 2 games
10
last
seconds
cast.
remaining.
Earthshaker making a lot of rotations to stun up the Storm Spirit prior to
5
6,
seconds
and that
remaining.
really helped. That really helped the Sniper snowball out of control. Pablo says, "Oh God, 11's drafting. This can't be good." In chat, 11's got some pretty different ideas when it comes to drafting, but they do work out most of the time. I know when we were on a team, he was. The two of us had very different drafting philosophies. I was doing most of the drafting, but yeah, we had very different ideas on how to approach games. But that doesn't mean that one's right or one's wrong. There's a lot of different ways to draft in Dota, and that what makes it so exciting, especially when you're drafting against someone that you don't really know. You may have played against that guy a bunch of times. You may have played against that team a bunch of times, and maybe you know their tendencies
Dire
here or there.
team pick.
But there can always be that one little thing in the draft that they can change that you just don't know. So you have to be able to mainly focus on your own draft, but also be aware of every single potential possibility. Even if there's a hero that's not in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, whatever, however you want to classify the heroes, if they're not like in the current meta, that doesn't mean that they're not a
10
viable
seconds
pick.
remaining.
They can always come out and surprise you at different times. The Broodmother basically
5 seconds
not
remaining.
seen it all, and then all of a sudden she's been coming out a lot recently. 11 choosing to ban it here with his 4th ban,
Radiant team pick.
and probably wise. But yeah, heroes like that, they can just kind of come out of nowhere, and yeah, they can be scary. Sniper, one of them. Well, Sniper got changed. It's not really fair. I guess Broodmother got changed too, but Troll, I think he got nerfed, and then he was not touched for a long time, and now all of a sudden he's God tier again. But we had
10
2 more
seconds
heroes
remaining.
added to this game, as we got Queen of Pain getting picked up by
5 seconds remaining.
Praise the Sun, and Centaur War Runner is going to get picked up by Broodmama, but they're going to pair that up
Dire
with a
team pick.
Pudge. Interesting. So, there's a couple possibilities here. Storm could be mid. That would mean Centaur's off lane, and Pudge would then most likely be support. They could slide the Storm Spirit safe lane, Centaur off lane, Pudge mid lane or Pudge support, and then still be waiting to pick up
10
their
seconds
mid laner.
remaining.
There's I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. The Pudge
5
could even be
seconds
off
remaining.
lane. The Centaur could be safe lane farming up, and Storm Spirit mid. I don't think that's the one that they're going to go
Reserve
with.
time.
But there's a lot of possibilities still here, with despite the fact that they've got what generally appears to be two to three cores. But for the Radiant side, we've got Sniper and Queen of Pain, and now a Morphling. And they're basically in the same
Radiant's team
situation.
ban.
Morphling could be played as that safe lane farmer. Most likely going to be played as support this game. We'll have to wait and see. Queen of Pain's been played a lot in different roles. She's been played in the mid lane, but we've also seen her get played in the
10
off lane
seconds
quite a
remaining.
bit recently. I mean, you take a look at
5 seconds
Team Secret. They're
remaining.
picking Queen of Pain every single game practically. S4's, that's the only hero he can play now apparently. Screw the $1 million dream coils. We'll just pick him Queen of Pain every game. So we don't know where the Queen of Pain's going to go. As a result, we don't know where the Sniper's going to go. Morphling, we don't even know what position he's going to be playing. I do think
Dire
he's going to be
team
support. As if you get, you kind of build him strength in that kind of position 4 role. That's a long duration stun. I think it's 4.5 seconds. Let's actually look. 4.25. Close
10
enough. You guys got to give me that
remaining.
one. 4.25 second stun, and that goes a long way to
seconds
locking down a
remaining.
hero like Storm Spirit. Add on to the fact that you've got the silence from Skywrath Mage. Queen of
Reserve time.
Pain naturally builds an Orchid. It's a lot of ways to lock down a Storm Spirit. It's going to be a little difficult of a game for Storm Spirit. Dro is the final ban for Broodmama. Broodmama. So they're convinced that the Morph is a support as well. And they see the Dire side potentially looking for a safe lane carry, as they think the Queen of Pain's going to be off lane then and the Sniper mid. I guess there's the possibility that they could think that there's some kind of aggressive lane going on. I don't think that's going to be the case. But Praise the Sun, definitely taking their time here to really figure out what they want to do with this final ban. They're trying to make sure they cover all their bases. I actually think they're in a pretty good spot in the draft right now. I don't know what I would ban out in this situation. It's going to be a Slark. That's actually a really good ban. 11
Radiant
really likes
team
Slark.
pick.
And drafting Slark from the games that I've seen with him playing recently. But they're going to go with the Wisp. And I
Dire
got to
team
see
pick.
a little bit of their quarterfinal game. And I hopped on in there. They were playing against Team MEMP, which we saw fairly recently on this cast as well. And in that game, Broodmama, they went with the Slark, so that got banned out. But they went with Storm, Nyx, Wisp, and Earthshaker. So they apparently like the Wisp-Earthshaker combo. They love their Storm. And then they obviously changed up the last 2 heroes. But apparently they really like that Wisp, Earthshaker, Storm Spirit kind of trio. Praise the Sun will finish out their lineup with Eventual Spirit. It's going to be Pandago on that once again. We're going to hop right on into this. And let's introduce the teams and the players. On the Radiant side, we're going to have
Prepare for
Broodmama playing the Storm Spirit. Is going to be 11. And I believe he's even starting to stream again. I'm not sure if he's streaming right now, but I forget what his stream was. I know he was like 11. He changed it. It was, I forget. I'm following it, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's 11 Dota or something like that. So definitely check that out. See if he's streaming. And hit that man up with a follow. But he's going to be playing our Storm Spirit. Our Pudge is going to be played by Brink. That's awesome. He's shown that he's got the plays, the highlight-worthy plays. So maybe he can make some of those today on the Pudge. We've got Uncle Panda on the Earthshaker. We've got Frempo on the Centaur Warrunner. He's nowhere near these guys. He's all the way up in the top lane. And we've got Kengan on the Wisp. I think last time we saw these guys play, I think Kengan was playing the Wisp as well. In fact, he was playing the Wisp in that game that that Brink did that play with the PA. On the Dire side, we have Team Praise the Sun. We've got Pandago playing the Vengeful Spirit once again. We have MSS on the Sniper. We have Lust on the Skywrath Mage. We've got the Subster face thing playing the Queen of Pain. And we have Dank Mech on the Morphling. In terms of starting items, Queen of Pain starting with the boots first. Despite her basically heading up here in the top lane. So that's a little interesting that she's choosing to go with the boots first. But besides that, she's the only one in the game that's elected to go with boots first. We have a sentry ward placed here by the Dire side, so it's actually already spotting out this Radiant Observer ward. They haven't countered it yet, as the Observer ward wasn't down when they got there. But Dank Mech taking the opportunity to destroy that Observer ward. But he needs to be careful. Uncle Panda rotating around. Kangan's pretty far, but then he'll just waveform away. So really, he's not really that much in danger. But it will be Brink against MSS in the mid lane. So Pudge against Sniper. The top lane, that leaves us with the Centaur Warrunner against Queen of Pain, Skywrath Mage, and Vengeful Spirit. And then, of course, in that bottom lane, like we just saw, it's the Morphling up against the Storm Spirit, the Earthshaker, and the Wisp, aka the IO. So we don't have any of the camps blocked up here, and that means both safe lane, well, both supports are going to, both side supports, I should say, are going to be able to get quite a bit more XP and gold than they would if they got blocked up. So that's good to see. The supports are going to be a little bit more relevant in this game. And we saw the supports doing quite a bit last game. Pandago was doing a lot in the early game of stacking for MSS. But MSS not on a hero that's going to really make that much use of stacks this game. They do have the Queen of Pain that could farm snacks. Could farm snacks. Could farm stacks, but it's still not the same as a Shadow Fiend. Got our 2-minute rune spawning here. Kangan's going to be able to secure the bottom one. The top rune location will spawn the haste rune. It looks like Lust is going to be able to get there in time for that. Brink getting harassed a little bit by MSS. Uncle Panda laying down the fissure, but unfortunately trapping MSS on the other side of it. Frempo getting pretty pushed up. Lust making a rotation over with that haste rune. I think Frempo could go down here for a first blood, as I'm pretty sure they're going to dive the tower if they need to, but they don't. And Lust is going to get the last hit there, so first blood's going to go his way. And I imagine he's going to buy a set of boots. And he's not, just to spite me. The mid lane looks like we're going to have Brink getting a 1v1 kill up against MSS. Not sure if Uncle Panda had anything to do with that. Doesn't look like it. Fissure's a pretty long cooldown early on. So, that didn't look like he helped out. Looks like Brink just got that kill done all by himself. So good play there coming out from Brink. Getting a 1v1 kill against, well, MSS, which is a pretty damn good player. Ooh, Brink just missing a hook there onto Lust. Lust just sidesteps that one. Uncle Panda trying to make a rotation around to potentially come from behind, set up a hook on MSS, but he did it right on an Observer ward, so they know that he's there, and now they're going to go after him. It was pinged out by Dank Mech to set all this up, but unfortunately they're not able to get a kill, but they do force that Earthshaker back. But as a result, they do reveal that there's an Observer ward down here. I mean, I guess they don't know exactly where it is, but they know that the Earthshaker made this kind of rotation. So they know that there's an Observer ward down there, but I'm pretty sure they probably already knew that. It's pretty standard to ward between your mid hero and where their tri lane is, because that's the direction the gank's going to be coming from, so they pretty much know that there's going to be a ward down here anyways. Lust now placing another ward, and that's going to spot out Brink, who's just picked up a bounty rune. He's going to be going for MSS, but they're going to open up on him. And now he's like, uh-oh, this isn't a good situation, as now Brink's going to try and go after Lust. He hooked him in, used the rot, but he's so damn slow from these shrapnels. And MSS is going to get the kill there, so nice use of that Observer ward. Fortunately, Brink walked right up into it. And, well, that was just a little bit of an unfortunate series of events there for Brink. Brink has respawned, but he hasn't... Oh, okay. He's just... Now he's TPing. Just doing a little bit of item management there. So he has TP'd back on into the lane. He is smoked, though. So he's going to try and position himself in a spot where he's going to get a hook off onto MSS. But MSS knows exactly what's up. He's playing pretty damn safe. And now Brink will get revealed. Nice. Fissure coming out, allowing for the hook. And unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get the kill there. Brink couldn't get in front of MSS. And now it's just going to be turned around. Nice TP coming out from Lust. And with the assassinate, they're going to get another kill onto Brink. So despite Brink getting a 1v1 kill by himself, it's since gone a little south for him as he's died twice. And that's exactly what you don't want to have happen. Pudge is all about snowballing, and unfortunately we lose Frempo in the top lane as well. Kengan now getting bullied a little bit here by Dankmech, but 11's going to come over to try and grab that Morphling, or at least prevent the Morphling from getting any of this farm in the jungle.
Bottom tower is under attack.
We have another aggressive ward coming out from Lust.
Radiant's
really,
top tower is under attack.
Really got their foot on the gas pedal here. They're making sure that they're playing really aggressive and shutting down Broodmama before they're able to get a little bit of space. Concussive shot's going to come out for Uncle Panda, who unfortunately went and got the bounty rune, but it's going to cost him his life. Now Brink coming up here, throws a hook, but unfortunately misses both heroes as it went right down the center. Pandango's here as well. Brink getting the ult off, but he's going to go down. MSS getting another kill there. That's going to be a double for him. And now I think that's MSS up to 4 kills. Yeah, he's 4-1-0 now. And he started 0-1, so unfortunately these few times where they're trying to make plays, MSS just coming out on the better end of it. And, well, what do they need to have happen? They obviously need 6 up on their IO. That's going to help them do a lot more on the map. They need 6 up on Centaur. They on top of the 6 that they're going to need the Blink Dagger as well. They don't really have... I mean, that the Stampede actually does quite well because Brink is very limited in what he's able to do because of Shrapnel. And they're looking to set an Urkill up here. As soon as MSS stands up, Uncle Panda's going to lay down the Fissure. And that's why MSS is playing so safe. He knows exactly what this Earthshaker's positioning means. And that's just really heads-up play coming from MSS. A lot of players would have just died in that situation. They say, oh, it's just an Earthshaker. I've got my range. I can stand pretty far back. But he knew that Brink was there. So good play by him. And now Brink's going to get harassed again. And I think he's going to go down. Concussive's going to allow Pandango to get close enough for the stun. Will the Fissure come out? It will, but not before the stun comes out. And that's going to be Brink dead one more time. And everything is not going well for Brink as he's fallen to 1-4.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They've elected to put their Centaur in the bottom lane now as 11's going to be moving around the map trying to get something done, as unfortunately no one else on this team has been able to. They got that first kill in the mid lane on MSS, and MSS is going to get another kill on the Wisp. Oh no. But since that first kill, they haven't been able to get anything else done. They're just dying all over the place. And they really need to make sure that they don't keep dying to the sniper. The fact that he's 5-1-1 means he's already starting to run away with the game, and they can't afford to give him more kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fixed my sights.
Pandango doesn't... I don't even know if he realized how close he was to death. If he stepped a little bit further, he would have got fissured. In fact, he's going to get fissured right here as they can look to jump. No, 11 not jumping. I figured 11 would have jumped there for sure, but... that caused us to miss the thing in the bottom, so blame that one on 11.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As they got a kill onto the Centaur Warrunner, so Frempo struggling as well on that Centaur. As you just take a look at the last hits, you can see just how dominant Praise the Sun is. I'm actually, well, I'm going to wait actually, because Brink's making a rotation on up here. He's smoked. I think this is his 3rd smoke that he's used. They're going to go after a kill here. They're going to probably go onto the Queen of Pain, force her to blink. Nope, they're just going to hook her and use the Dismember. So they do get another kill there. Looks like they may get a second, as Pandango's going to go down here as well. MSS has TP'd up here, but he's not going to be able to get a kill. The Earthshaker did drop pretty low, but he wasn't low enough that MSS was going to be able to commit and then get an Assassinate off and get out of there safely. So he thought better of it and went with the safer play. Brink now. He knows that Lust is making this rotation. But he's not going to find him. Lust is already sitting in the trees.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Did the creeps see him? Yeah, the creeps did see Brink because he got pinged out immediately there by MSS. And I have a feeling Lust is going to come out of the trees here, but nice fissure. And that's going to allow 11 to jump on in. They also use the Stampede from the Centaur. But Hook's going to come out. That's going to get them the kill into the Pandango. But they do lose 11. He maybe overextended a little bit there with Uncle Panda, as the Hook kind of ended up separating their team, but they're going to lose Uncle Panda as MSS is going to get the kill there. And of course this one, although it's a 1-for-1 trade, it is more like a 2-for-1 trade. As well, it is a 2-for-1 trade. We lost 2 heroes. But MSS is he's quickly becoming a very, very big issue for them to deal with.
Radiant's top tower.
Top of that, you already have
attack.
one Oblivion staff on the Queen of Pain.
Structures are
So she's getting
fortified.
closer and closer to her Orchid, and that's going to make life very, very difficult for Storm. Brink throwing out a hook, but they chose not to back. Instead, they just went right on him, and Brink's going to die one more time. I think the Queen of Pain's going to be fine. Let's take a look at MSS as 11's ball lightning after him. He doesn't really have much mana, but he will Soul Ring. That's going to give him a little bit. But he's got such slow attack speed, and then Pandango arrives on the scene, gets the swap off, and MSS just survives with 11 HP. Now we're going to lose Kangen as well, as the Queen of Pain has re-engaged, and now it's just Frempo left alive, who will be able to TP away. But this one is not looking good for Broodmama thus far. They're falling behind 15-4. Net worth is, it's all Sniper pretty much. Well, I guess it's Sniper and Queen of Pain, because she's got quite a bit of gold
Radiant's
too.
top tower
Take a
is
look
under
at the gold
attack.
graph, and it's heavily in favor of Praise the Sun, as it's about 7,500 in their favor. And XP, it's past 5k as well. So Broodmama, definitely quite a bit behind in this game. They've got to find a way to get themselves back in this game. Their support's really, really hurting. Neither of them have hit 6 yet. We've already seen 2 swaps, I think. Was it 2? Maybe it was just 1 from Pandango. But yeah, they're just able to do a lot more. You know, they haven't fallen behind. Typically, when you fall behind in a game early, you feel it the most on your supports. But even the cores are hurting, so everyone's pretty much behind on Broodmama here. Uncle Panda losing a ton of HP. The Queen of Pain with the double damage is pretty scary. But she doesn't have ult available to her, so will they look to engage here? Dank Mech is predominantly strength, so he does have that long stun duration. But doesn't look like either team's going to engage there. As the Radiant backs away, they go back to their mid lane, where they're going to look to get a little bit of farm, but also potentially hook any hero up there on the high ground. But little do they know, no one's actually there. They're all down here in the bottom lane, as they're going to look to push this tier 1 tower. This is definitely oh no, they just spotted Uncle Panda. He's getting pinged out. He's dead. Shrapnel's coming out. There's pretty much no way he's getting out of here alive. He's just going to wait for them to kind of commit a little bit deep and then try to throw down a fissure. But yeah, he's dead. He's just going to tick out to the shrapnel. I'm really surprised that MSS let that assassinate go, as I thought it was pretty clear that he was going to die to that shrapnel. So wasting a little bit of mana there. But they will get the tier 1 tower on the back of it. We're going to have a TP in from the Queen of Pain, who did just blink in,
Losing my voice.
which means that she's dead. She doesn't have Orchid. I'm not sure what she was thinking there. Not sure at all. But that was really just a feed coming out from the Queen of Pain. And Lust getting hooked here by Brink. So this observer ward paying off for them, giving them vision up there. And Brink actually, he was silenced with Rod on, so he ends up denying himself. But Brink managing to get 2 kills for the team there. The first one was actually claimed by 11, but I mean it was mainly Brink in that situation. So he was at least part of both kills. Now Uncle Panda, he's in trouble. He will lay down the fissure, but he's dead again. Sniper's kind of a strong hero. kind of a strong hero. 3 charges on shrapnel. Real balanced. Real balanced. Come on, Ice Frog. You gotta fix that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I do like the fact that that Sniper is now a hero again, and that he's actually a viable pick, and that you can play him. I like the fact that he's really vulnerable, but he's got a huge upside to him. The problem is I think he's just maybe a little bit too strong, and his vulnerability isn't really all that vulnerable.
Dire's top tower
He's such a strong laner now that was really his weak part to begin with. He was weak at laning. But now that you can lane him really, really strong, he just kind of gets crazy. Now Brink making a rotation over. I don't know if Dank Mech has been close enough to spot out Brink, but we are going to have a Stampede. We're going to have a hook come out, but unfortunately it's not going to land. Neither did the Fissure. We're going to have the Relocate come in from the Wisp and the Storm Spirit. That's just going to get Storm Spirit killed. And now Frempo's on the run. As look at this. Look at the shrapnel coming out here. Centaur is just completely dead. Yeah, there was a lot of heroes there, but I think the Sniper could have got that done by, as it just slows by way too much.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And this is
attack.
going to be a dead tier 1 tower, and they're maybe going to choose to keep pushing. No, it looks like they're actually going to back away. As they're going to, bottle up the bounty rune, and maybe head bottom, get a little bit of farm. Well, maybe they're actually going to Roche. They do have the medallion up onto Pandago, as well as maxing that wave of terror once again. So Roche is a very real possibility. They've got an SNY and a Morbid Mask on the Sniper, so he could effectively solo it to begin with.
Dire's middle
Arcane's
tower
on the
is
sky,
attack.
and just the Tranquils, but 1,500 gold on the Morphling. Who's going to get the Aegis? I imagine it's going to be MSS. Indeed it will. How's Frempo doing? 1,600 gold on the Centaur, so still quite a bit of ways from his Blink Dagger. He's getting close, but still, that's a lot of gold at this point in the game. With how everything's going. Earthshaker much, much further away as well. He's only sitting on 200. Don't expect him to get that anytime soon. We almost have a 4-staff coming out from Brink, but he's still about 700 away from completing that. Just needs the recipe. We do have Wisp with an Urn, and we've got a point booster onto the Storm. Brink throwing out a hook, but unfortunately not able to land on the Queen of Pain, who she really likes TPing in and then blinking immediately. And that's certainly something that would catch me off guard, I think. Because when she did in the mid lane, she TP'd in and then blinked immediately into her death. So she really likes kind of using those blinks. So we're going to have a Stampede coming out here where 11's just started to engage onto the hook. Will find MSS, and that's going to get them the kill on the Sniper, but they do lose their Storm Spirit in the meantime. MSS will be respawning with that Aegis, and they're going to look to re-engage here. And now Brink and Uncle Panda, they need to try and find their way out of here. Uncle Panda won't find his way. MSS will get hooked back by Brink. Somehow Uncle Panda's still alive. Okay, now he'll go down. But Brink's going to go down here as well in the background. Take a look at what's going on over here, where we have lost Earthshaker, but we're going to lose the Queen of Pain and the Io at the same time. They're both going to kill each other. I believe it was both the Scream and the Balls getting the kills there. But another pretty one-sided fight for Praise the Sun as they pull out even further ahead. About 2,100 gold swing in their favor there. And they're going to be well past 10k. Yeah, almost 14. Oh, past 14k, almost 15,000 gold ahead. XP past 10k as well. They're way ahead in this. There's an upside. Frempo just got his Blink Dagger on the Centaur.
Radiant structures
So they will have that available to them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They still haven't lost a tier 2. That's actually quite significant as well. TP coming in from Brink. Hook shot will... Or sorry, not hook. The hook will fly out. It was on the mark, but Dankmak was waveforming, so it couldn't be hit by the hook. And then he eventually got out of range of it. We got a Blink Dagger getting picked up by the Skywrath Mage. So increasing their mobility, really being able to continue the pressure and continue the aggressiveness, playing the advantage, playing the fact that they are way ahead in this game. and definitely not backing off at all. Unfortunately, Brink just hasn't been able to get it done on this Pudge. It was starting good, but it hasn't worked out recently. So I can get a couple hooks and unfortunately not really get that many kills on the back of it, but we almost have a Yule Scepter finished by the Morphling. What does MSS have? He's picked up an Ultimate Orb since then. Queen of Pain has her Orchid and a Point Booster, so working towards her Egg Scepter. Pandago looks like he's after an Urn, I guess. Lust, of course, just picked up that Blink Dagger, and they're going to push this bottom tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, Broodmama's gathered up in the top lane, where looks like 11's still working towards his Bloodstone. Frempo, Blink, Uncle Panda, 350 gold. Still no 4-staff coming out from Brink. And Kengan, still just his Urn and Magic Wand. Bottom tier 2 has gone down. Top tier 1 just went down as well. So we do have a little bit of a trade, but once again, that's definitely, in terms of tier 1 versus tier 2, obviously advantage for the Dire side there. But frankly, with how far behind Broodmama is, they'd be perfectly fine with trading like that, and that's why they did it. Because they need a little bit of gold to get themselves back in the game. They don't really want to look for fights. Unless they can get pickoffs like this, where they're going to find Pandago. It will cost them a stampede, but that's definitely worth it. They need to get those little kills to get themselves back in the game. Pandago wasn't on a streak, so it's not going to be a huge amount of gold. But with the comeback mechanic, it'll help a little bit. But not as much as picking off one of these kind of high net worth targets. As unfortunately Pandago is the lowest net worth.
Radiant's middle tower is
11's going to actually try to initiate here onto Dankmac. Looks like Frempo's in trouble. We're going to have the Sonic Wave come out from the Queen of Pain. That's going to get 11 low. In fact, 11's dead. Frempo's dead as well. Double damage Queen of Pain from the top rune's going to look to re-engage, but we just lost Uncle Panda. We're going to lose Brink as well. And we did have a buyback from Frempo, but I don't think he's going to look to jump on in. Kengan relocating back in, and he's going to go down. And Frempo will smartly not look to jump on in there.
Middle tower is under attack.
As, well, basically everyone on Broodmama went down that fight. Frempo buying back. And looks like he's going to it's going to be a dieback, as he's going to get picked off here. As they just run right up onto the high ground and get the pick here. And I wouldn't be surprised if GG came out any second here from Broodmama. But since it hasn't come out yet, I guess they're going to stick in this. They're actually not going to lose their racks here. Yeah, they're going to play it safe. So Praise the Sun's going to actually back away. So, Broodmama's still in this. They are down 30-8. Now we're going to have a gem getting picked up by the Skywrath Mage. That means they're going to make sure that there's absolutely no vision on the map for this Radiant side. Wards like this, Observer Wards like this, which are absolutely fantastic. One of those Observer Wards that helped them get the kill onto Pandago there. That pick-off, that was a step in the right direction, but that Observer Ward is the kind of ward that's going to go down. It's I mean, all you have to do is walk by it, so it's really easy to counter ward. It's not something that's like kind of up on a pillar, which makes it a little bit more difficult to spot out with a gem. You need some way of seeing up there. But when you've got Queen of Pain that can blink, you've even got a waveform on your Morphling, you've got Shrapnel, which you can see up there, you got a Wave of Terror. You have so many ways of seeing up there onto the high grounds to counter ward. But they should be able to find those Observer Wards. It will be held by Dankmac on the Morph. And we did just have a Scotty get picked up by MSS. We're going to have the Bloodstone completed by 11.
Dire's middle tower is under
Fortunately,
attack.
24 minutes into the game. That's very, very late. And,
Touché!
yeah, to make that really valuable, he needs to pretty much not die from here on out for that to really start paying off. Well, that's significant. He's going to have
Radiant's
DD
top
for
tower is under attack.
the top fight. It's not going to be a
Dire's
fight at
middle
this tier
tower
2.
is
They're going
under
for that
attack.
trade once again. Tier 2 for tier 1. But there's going to be a fight here on the high ground. Assuming they choose to keep pushing, which I think they will. Levin's actually in the bottom lane trying to get the push on there, but he's not really going to be able to get that tower before they have to go back and defend this
Radiant's
tier
top
3.
tower is under attack.
Hoping that everyone has a
structures are
TP. Brink
fortified.
doesn't.
Radiant's
He's the
structures
only one
are
on the Radiant
fortified.
side, so he's going to actually have to walk it.
Dire's
This
middle
observer
tower
ward,
is
I
under
believe, would have
attack.
spotted him out.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But they're making their way down.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And it looks like Praise the Sun will actually just back away, but only to the high ground where they're actually going to stay.
Dire's
And
bottom
Broodmama
tower
knows
is
that they're not
under
completely
attack.
backing because that observer ward's kind of giving it away. Brink force staffing himself, trying to throw out the hook, but unfortunately misses on Lust. We are going to have the Sonic Wave fly out, but it's going to whiff. But Brink still... No, he's not going to go down. The overcharge keeping him alive. Dank Mech is going to be the first one to potentially go down. Never mind, it's Uncle Mech, or Uncle Panda, as Dank Mech uses the Yules to keep himself alive. We lose lots of heroes now all going down as we've lost 4 heroes on the Radiant side. We are going to get a
Radiant's
buyback
top
from
tower is
Brink.
under attack.
But it's just him and Frempo left alive. We're going to have a hook. It is going to land onto the Queen of Pain. Not sure if that was meant for her or for Pandago. But now with 11 buying back, he's going to jump onto MSS. And he's just going to basically get locked in place, not able to finish up that kill. And Kengan's going to come in as well. But GG's going to get called in a pretty dominating performance coming out from Praise the Sun as
Victory.
they basically walk all over Broodmama at the end of that one. Well, actually, all game long. It started off well for Broodmama. They got that solo kill in the mid lane, but from there it just went all downhill. And they just couldn't get it together. They MSS started snowballing really hard on that sniper, and once the Queen of Pain got involved, and actually before the Queen of Pain even got involved, Pandago and Lust were on top of it with their support play. Always TPing, always there to support MSS, and that's what got MSS going. He did get solo killed, but since then it was all Pandago and Lust bringing him back in the game and helping him, like I said, snowball, and then MSS became such a huge problem in that game. So we will lose Broodmama, and that means that Praise the Sun will advance to the finals, which we of course will be casting, and I believe they're going up against TP. I believe that too's in the finals. So according to chat, that's Merlini's team. So that should be a good one to watch. And we're going to hop into that lobby in just a second. But before we do, make sure you guys hit that follow button on twitch.tv/NizCast. You can also follow me on Twitter @NizCast. Tweet about all the stuff I'm casting in the tournaments and all that. And all the VODs for all the casts will be uploaded to youtube.com/NizCast by sometime tomorrow morning. So you can go and check those out, or maybe just link them to a friend or something like that. But like I said, we've got a lobby to jump into, so I'm going to hop into that as soon as I can, and enjoy the music in the meantime.